Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga Section. I'm here today to bring the review for One Piece Manga Chapter 100 and 1103, sorry. And not really much to say about this chapter, not really much happens. It's really just one big thing that happens within this chapter. But it is a little bit to talk about. So as we know, the flashback is over, and Bonnie knows everything, and we see how she's taken the news, and then we flip back to real time where we see that Saturn, he's keeping everybody at bay, like nobody can move right now. But I do feel like the chapter was kind of hinting towards the fact that if Luffy wasn't hungry, he would probably be the one person only that can move. Why that would be so, I do not know. I'm open to suggestions, but the obvious thing to think here is that it's got something to do with the Nika Nika no Mi. And so there's that. And the second thing I want to talk about rather really is how we find out within this chapter that there is another way to give people devil fruit ability. So we have the conditional, the standard way, which is buy the devil fruit, get your ability. We know that objects that are not alive, not kicking, inanimate objects can be given devil fruit ability. In this chapter, we learn another way to give people devil fruit abilities. So that's the little the little devil fruit cocktail, that you just sip and just take in the essence, and then you can therefore get your devil fruit ability. We also learn a bit more about Bonnie's devil fruit ability in itself, and from what Sad is saying, it made me under the assumption that the more imaginative you can be, the more you can do with that age fruit, and you're basically kind of only limited to your imagination, which is quite similar to what we kind of talked about Luffy's devil fruit. His fighting paralysis is, kind of just limited to what he can think of. So it kind of mind boggles me that Saturn, because it was said that Saturn gave this devil fruit ability, as an experiment, why he would experiment with that ability in itself. But I'm seeing similarities within the fruits, and I wonder if that's for a reason. The last thing to talk about really is Kuma. So as we know, for a while now, I don't know how many chapters I'm never going to begin to guess, but Kuma has been inbound. He has been inbound for a while. He has finally arrived. It was an obvious guess to assume that he was on his way to Egghead Island. So he's reached he's reached Egghead Island, swooped in, saved his daughter, and then straight away goes on the attack. Haki's up! And then straight away goes into the attack of Saturn, and it's a good way to end the chapter. It's like, oh my god, yes, go. And obviously it's rightly so, well, not rightly so, it's safe to assume that you're rooting for Kuma within this instance. He's done enough to have like a good fan base within the community, and I feel like I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting for him as well, for after learn more about his backstory and that stuff like that. Yeah, I'm rooting for him. However, it does put into question where Kuma stands in the power scaling of things. My first thought, or at least one of my first thoughts, was based on portrayal alone, Kuma shouldn't be doing what he's doing, and two, what we assume that he's going to do next, because it hasn't happened quite yet. But we'll probably be waiting for that thing to happen, and that is to give Saturn a good fight. But the first thing I'm talking about is rather the fact that he can move within Saturn's vicinity, and that had made me start to believe maybe it's got something to do that the fact that Kuma is essentially not alive. He's actually he's given up all of his consciousness. Yeah, so technically he's not alive. Technically he's not alive. He's a full blown robot now. So should he be? I feel like that could be a sign that Saturn's whatever he's doing, he doesn't work on things that are not alive. But also the second thing, and the most probably important thing, is that should he be able to tussle with Saturn? Now granted, we haven't really seen a proper fight with Saturn, so we don't know like how strong he is. Is it just his abilities that's hacks and is just keeping people at bay? Is he really that strong kind of thing? But I think it's safe to assume that majority of people are thinking, okay, cool, Saturn is going to be strong, but how strong is it? And for me, the betrayal of Kuma, even though he hasn't taken no L's in the series thus far, he shouldn't be that guy. He shouldn't be him. He shouldn't be up there at this level of power, whatever, whatever this level of power is. And it kind of just made me question, all right, cool, the warlord system. And like, I know we still have some, I know like it's not like a straight fixed line, like all the warlords are around each other kind of level, because we have the Mihawks, we have the crocodiles, and Boa Hancock, who are, I guess, the top tier of the warlord pecking order. Maybe Kuma was up there as well. Maybe. Maybe that could be the thing, and it will warrant his tussle that he's going to have with Saturn in a bit. And although I don't think the result would be a win, of course not 100%, hell no. I don't think Kuma would be able to defeat Saturn, but it's just this chapter has got me questioning how well should Kuma do that would be acceptable. And I'm sure you probably guys had that same thought process as well. But that's everything I've got to say about this chapter. I do believe it deserves a 3-star rating, and that was guys I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.